from clickorlando.com and WKMG. We're getting results in your neighborhood now at 5 p.m.
I believe special sessions should be used sparingly. They should not be stunts designed to generate headlines.
Now at 5, a special session underway in Tallahassee, but not as the governor intended. We'll bring you the latest from the state capitol. Plus, one of the FBI's 10 most wanted suspects was taken in right here in Central Florida. See the moments he was arrested, all by chance. And later, the shocking details we're learning surrounding an elementary school principal's arrest. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Matt Austin.
And I'm Ginger Gadsden. You're watching News 6 at 5. Lisa is off tonight. We start tonight in Tallahassee, where Governor Ron DeSantis called for that special session. The governor wanted lawmakers to tackle immigration, hurricane relief, condo fee relief, home hardening programs, and reshaping how state constitutional amendments are filed. The legislature will only be tackling one of those issues. News 6's Laverne McGee joins us now live in studio to explain. Laverne.
That's right. In a stunning move, the Republican-dominated Florida legislature gavelled out of the governor's special session and then held their own special session. And just moments ago, in fact, the Speaker of the House put out a statement responding to that video, saying that this is outrageous, and the statement maligns the hardworking farmers who work day and night to keep food on grocery stores and shelves across Florida. So much happening in the moment. We're following all of it for you. And several lawmakers from here in Central Florida have also spoken out against some of these items. It's expected to cost taxpayers over $500 million. Back to you.
Very interesting. Laverne McGee, thank you for all the latest on the special session. Head to clickorlando.com/politics. Well, the FBI can cross a name off its top 10 most wanted list. A Central Florida police agency made a huge arrest over the weekend. The Lady Lake Police Department releasing body cam video of the moment they arrested a guy named Donald Eugene Fields II. Saturday morning during a traffic stop. Law enforcement tell us Fields was number 4 on the FBI's list and has been on the run since March of 2022 after he failed to appear in court in Missouri. News 6's Emily McLeod has been following the case for us today. Emily, this arrest wasn't even far from the police department.
Not far at all, just half a mile. Lady Lake police say they arrested Fields here at the Highway 441 and Rolling Acres Road intersection. Fields is facing federal charges of child sex trafficking and state charges in Missouri for child rape. The FBI says children in Florida, Missouri, and beyond are now safer after Fields' arrest. We asked how long Fields has been in the Central Florida area, and they tell us that we'll continue to learn more as the investigation continues. For now, reporting live in Lady Lake, Emily McLeod, getting results, News 6.
Thank you, Emily. Let's catch this launch out of Cape Canaveral Space Force Station.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. And liftoff. Go Falcon, go Starlink.
Vehicle is pitching downrange.
Stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
This mission carrying up another 21 Starlink satellites into low Earth orbit, including 13 satellites with direct-to-cell capabilities. You can see this is one of my favorite parts of a launch as you start to see Florida come into focus.
Power and telemetry nominal.
The higher it gets. Pretty impressive stuff.
And as you can see, it went off flawlessly, it looks like. Okay, we're going to stay with it. We usually listen for
Falcon 9 is
MECO,
supersonic.
which is main engine cutoff. We're just approaching that in about 60 seconds from now.
As you can see outside, look, there's that beautiful state we get to live in right there. 95% chance for a go. That's about as high as you don't get 100%.
Well, this is 100%.
It was perfect, it's officially. Right before this, it was 95. And everything went off. Looks like it's going very well. SpaceX has gotten very good at this. Maybe they'll be able to break their record for most launches in a year, which took place last year. Beautiful sight, as you can see it, rising above the cloud deck there.
Chill has started.
And just like that, Florida disappears. SpaceX.
Into
does it
view
again.
and now no longer into view. So I hope it's a perfect day for this launch. And if you happen to like run outside and come back in and watch the news, it's always my favorite thing to do, just watch it come over the horizon, because it's so fortunate that we get to live here and see that. It is never lost on me just how miraculous this is. And we're, of course, just so fortunate to be able to witness this on a regular basis, because you know, you mentioned it earlier, they're hoping to break their record from last year, and it seems like we have a couple of launches every week now. And that's how you have to do it if you want to get into the hundreds.
And we are overwhelmed with calls into the newsroom when sonic booms happen. We're not expecting any sonic booms. The booster should land on the drone ship in a few minutes out there. We'll let you know how that goes. After a roller coaster last few weeks, weather-wise, finally starting to feel like Florida January, AKA perfection outside.
I issued a personal bolo because I did not know where Florida had gone, where the weather. All right, meteorologist Julie Broughton is breaking down what we can expect this week, and it looks delightful, Julie.
It does, and it was a wild week last week, but we're on the other side of that, and now we're actually going to be warmer than normal as we move through the next several days. We'll start you out with a beautiful shot outside. Our Launch Credit Union camera out at Port Canaveral. Whole lot of blue sky, and as you said, the chance of go regarding weather was 95%. We don't often see it that high, so that was a great forecast for today. 70 degrees right now, a whole lot of sunshine out there, just a few clouds. Now, we started the day a little cool still in some spots. We'll be even a little bit warmer overnight tonight. 41 was your low in Ocala. The Villages, you were at 43, and in Orlando, we saw a morning low today of 50 degrees, which is pretty much on target for what is normal this time of year. Right now, most of us are in the low 70s, a few spots in the upper 60s, 69 in Palm Coast. You fall into 68 in Ocala. We are still at 72 in Orlando, and it is 70 degrees right now in Cocoa Beach. Now, here's a look at the temperature trend for the next several days. Remember, the normal high this time of year is around 72. We will be above that each and every day through the next several days. In fact, we will go to 80 degrees on Friday. Coming up in just a few minutes, we'll talk about when we'll see our next best chance of rain and who could be dealing with some fog overnight tonight.
Julie, thank you. A local nonprofit is hoping to get back to getting results tomorrow. One Heart for Women and Children posted on social media that they will resume options tomorrow after being badly damaged this weekend when a pickup truck crashed into their building. The nonprofit's founder tells us they were handing out food Saturday morning when someone who frequently seeks their help thought he had put the truck in park before it rolled through the front of the center. Officials call the whole thing a freak accident, but their mission must go on.
It's going to triple the time throughout the day of how we are going to do the things that we need to do, but we're going to get it done. You know, the mission still, it still has to happen, right?
Yeah, it sure does. The organization is also asking for donations to help repair the building, as well as to pay for any food damage during that crash. We have put a link on our website, clickorlando.com.
Well, after the break, officials are deciding what they call a life-saving device. They're talking about that in Marion County next at 5, how this box is helping to give those in crisis another option.
And later, why experts say it may be time to stop using your phone as an alarm clock. You're watching News 6 at 5.
Ooh, I hate
I've
that
said that
noise.
all along.
It's the worst.
It's triggering getting results. We'll be right back.
Makes me mad just think.
Sponsored by Launch Credit Union. Go beyond.
Officials in Marion County unveiled a new resource to help young couples in crisis this morning. Now, a new baby box was unveiled at the fire rescue station on 6th Street. That's in Ocala. That's just near the Advent Health and HCA Florida Ocala hospitals.
Yeah, these are temperature-controlled boxes where parents can place newborn babies if their biological parents can't care for them anymore. We hear they're safe and completely anonymous if used. Now, if a baby is placed in there, an alarm will go off. That tells the first responders inside to come and collect the child. The woman responsible for taking that program nationwide was at today's dedication. She had this to say to anybody who chooses to use the box.
These moms are so strong. They love these kids. They love these babies so much. And for me to be able to walk alongside them and say thank you. Thank you for keeping your child safe, and thank you for entrusting us with this child. This is probably the most precious thing she's ever going to give to another person. And just love her. You know, love her from a distance, because that's what they need. That's what they want. They don't want to be identified. But if we can love them from a distance and help them and bring them hope, we have won this battle.
I like the way she puts that. This is the 6th baby box in Florida, but there's more on the way. Officials say another one will be installed at a new fire station under construction, and another fire station that's being remodeled in Marion County. They will be installed in all future fire and EMS stations.
It has been life-changing, and we've showed you this how these boxes get results before. In 2023, actually, little Zoe was just a newborn when she was left inside what was the only baby box in the state at Ocala Fire Station 1. The firefighter who discovered Zoe, along with his wife, ended up adopting her. We reached out to the couple again last week, and they say Zoe is thriving, loved, and absolutely amazing, and also a cutie patootie. I put that part in, but you could see.
Yeah, you added that to the script.
But you could see it, you know?
I bet that's not the only baby that's adopted by the firefighter who finds
Oh
it.
my
It's
gosh.
like they find these beautiful little babies and say dibs.
It's a gift.
Yes,
it is
absolutely.
truly a gift. All right, speaking of gifts, meteorologist Julie Broughton joins us now. This weather is the gift that keeps on giving right now.
It is so nice, certainly compared to what we were dealing with last week, so we can really appreciate these beautiful blue skies and these pleasant temperatures. Here's what it looks like for you right now over downtown Orlando. We'll start out and just enjoy this view from our Light Orlando Delivering Hope Together camera. Notice all that blue sky, just a few upper level clouds streaking that sky. 72 degrees right now. Our normal high this time of year is 72, so we are right on target for what is considered normal. In fact, most of us right now are sitting in the low 70s. You're at 60 in Tavares, 73 in Claremont, and it is 70 right now in Port St. John. If you're up in areas like Ocala, you're at 68 degrees, 66 right now in Palm Coast, and you're at 72 degrees right now in Pearson. Heading down toward Melbourne Beach, you're at 65 degrees, and Yeehaw Junction is checking in at 63 degrees. Here's a look at your hour-by-hour forecast, and we'll keep temperatures generally in the 60s as we move through the next couple of hours. This is Jewel, and this is how Jewel felt about last week, all bundled up in her blanket, so she'll like the forecast. It's a beautiful little dog. You can see the little nose peeking out. There's the eye. So yeah, it's like a magic eye. Pick out the dog. So 65 degrees at 7 o'clock. By 8 o'clock, we'll be down to 62 degrees. And then hanging at 60 degrees at 9 o'clock. We'll be dry throughout the evening. Be sure to head to clickorlando.com/pins to share your pet photos with us. We love seeing them and we love sharing them. Here's the setup for us across the southeast. Here's an area of high pressure that was with us through the weekend. That is moving over to the east. Here is a cold front that is heading our way, and this boundary will make it through central Florida. However, it's going to lose a lot of its energy as it does so we're really not going to notice any major impacts. Here's the clouds and rain forecast for this evening. Notice skies stay clear through most of the evening. Now by 11 o'clock, as that boundary inches a little bit closer to us, we'll start to see clouds increasing across some of our northern counties. Then through the overnight hours and into the first part of the day tomorrow, this slides through, increasing the clouds and also increasing that chance of some patchy fog, especially for our northern counties. But I want you to notice those areas of light green. Some of the models are picking up on just a few very light, very isolated showers for the first part of the day tomorrow. The best chance of seeing a few of those will be across our northern counties, but overall we'll call rain chances around 10% or less. That goes up a little bit heading into the weekend. So here's your clouds and rain forecast for the weekend. Now Friday, ahead of this front, will kick our temperatures up into the low 80s area wide. Then this front moves into central Florida early on Saturday, bringing with it about a 20% chance of some showers. We get that to our south by around midday on Saturday, and then we'll see a wind shift behind that with slightly cooler temperatures for Saturday and Sunday. Now, here's your pinpoint accurate forecast.
Your forecast brought to you by Napleton Chrysler Jeep Dodge.
For tonight, we'll fall back to 52 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Do expect some patchy fog toward morning and rain chances around 10% or less. On our way tomorrow to a high of 74. We gradually warm as we head through the week. 80 on Friday. That 20% chance of rain for the first part of the day on Saturday with highs this weekend in the upper 70s before going back to 80 on Monday.
Julie, looking good. Thank you. Well, if your New Year's resolutions are not starting as you had hoped, it may not actually be your fault. How long it really takes to form those healthy habits after the break.
Your Monday evening traffic alert, something different that we haven't seen out here in Volusia County. This is going to be east and westbound I-4 exit ramp closures to State Road 44 just outside of DeLand. So the ramps there will be shut down. They will have detours for you in order for you to get around that, but be careful. Should be starting around 9 and then wrapped up by 6 in the morning. Also ramp closures at 417 and Moss Park in the northbound direction. But if you're traveling out there, you already know that area has a lot of overnight construction, so be careful. I'm Trooper Steve with the News 6 traffic alert. Drive safely, and I'll catch you in the morning.
You're watching News 6 at 5, getting results. We don't get days like this all the time, so you have to enjoy. Look how beautiful that is. We'll be right back.
No matter what's happening where you live, trust Sky 6 to get you the bigger picture. Exclusively sponsored by attorney Dan Newland.
A wrong forecast can ruin a lot more than your day. Knowing how the weather will affect where you are or where you're going with pinpoint accuracy down to the minute, that's what News 6 can do for you. I'm meteorologist Jonathan Kegas, weeknights on News 6.
Want News 6 straight to your inbox? Sign up for your favorite newsletter at clickorlando.com/newsletter. Sign up for In the Loop theme park scoops, Setting the Stage, and Florida Foodie, just to name a few. Sponsored by the Florida Lottery.
Well, if you are already struggling with your New Year's resolution, you're likely not alone. Experts say stick with it, though, and it will eventually become habit.
Good luck. Might just take a little longer than you think, too. New research is suggesting that new habits actually take around 2 months to ingrain and can take as long as a year to really stick. Researchers measured habitual behaviors of more than 2,600 people over 12 years. In that time, needed for healthy habits to form. Experts say more research is needed to figure out how successful people were in sustaining new habits. But when it's 2 months to a year, that's a pretty big gap there.
Yeah, it really is. But just stick to it. All right, if one of your resolutions was to get better sleep, experts say you may want to invest in a new alarm clock. They say...
Wow, you timed that out well.
Yeah, you hear it? They say a traditional alarm clock may be better than the one on your phone because that thing is just annoying. And since you're sleeping near your phone, it raises your chances that you will be distracted by it. It is triggering for me. You'll be woken up before your alarm even goes off sometimes. Experts say a traditional alarm might also make it less tempting to hit snooze repeatedly.
One of my kids has the
that's awful.
One?
Oh, that's heart attack.
They're about to get kicked out of the house because I can't hear it in the mornings. And then there were 2. We have a matchup for Super Bowl 59, but for the other 30 teams, it's time to get ready for next year. How the Jags are moving forward today.
But first, what we're now learning about a principal and teacher who were arrested at an underage house party.
My wife's been in and out of the hospital. This was really going to help out.
So when you need results,
go to Channel 6.
Live from clickorlando.com and WKMG. We're getting results in your neighborhood now at 5:30.
Now at 5:30, if 2025 is the year you want to buy a new or maybe your first home, hear what local housing experts say you need to know first. But first, the underage house party that got out of hand in Cocoa Beach was even more troubling allegations against an elementary school principal and teacher. So glad you're with us. I'm Ginger Gadsden.
And I'm Matt Austin. You're watching News 6 at 5:30. Police told us Friday they busted a huge party at the home of Teddy Roosevelt Elementary Principal Elizabeth Hill Brodigan. Also at the party, the night of Sunday the 19th, police say teacher Carly Anderson was drinking around several dozen students. News 6's James Sparvero is looking to talk to them after they both went to jail on charges including child neglect.
It blows my mind.
That is a story like we have not had in a very long time.
And I hope we don't have one like it ever again. Well, home prices are up, but fewer people are buying. Tonight, we're taking a closer look at what's happening in Orlando's housing market and what experts say could be ahead for 2025.
Yeah, anchor Justin Warmoth joins us now. Justin, it seems interest rates continue to be the main driver of the housing market.
Yeah, sure do, Matt. After a pretty volatile year, the 30-year fixed is just under 7%, 6.96% according to Freddie Mac. Expectations last year were that rates would be now in the low 6s, headed toward a 5 handle. Of course, that is no longer the prediction. And as a result, sales in the Orlando area fell 7.1% year over year. That boosted our inventory to a 6-month supply, which is considered a balanced market, the first time we have been in a balanced market in nearly 14 years. I spoke with Orlando Regional Realtor Association President Lawrence Bolito about what we can expect in our boomtown moving forward. All right, so we are not necessarily in what's called a buyer's market, but Bolito did tell me sellers have to be the aggressive ones here, whether that's staging, curb appeal, making a few upgrades, really anything to separate themselves. And by the way, the Orlando Regional Realtors Association pulls data from Orange, Osceola, Seminole, and Lake County. So this is a reflection of those counties, not all 7 or 9 in our viewing area.
Yeah, he says don't wait, but I know there are times in the past it would have been good for people to wait. I remember 2008, I was dying to buy a house, didn't have much money.
Boy,
and
what happened that
I thought
year?
I was never going to get to buy a house, and then everything came back down to where we could afford it. And there's a case to be made. That could happen. This could be a bubble.
No doubt. I mean, it could be. And I think we've been talking about that for a couple of years now. I mean, it was going to a point, the rates in which the home prices were escalating.
Seemed unsustainable.
I mean, you go back to 2019 and look at the median home sale price in the Orlando area based on that data. It is more than $100,000. Probably closer to like a $150,000 difference.
And then
in
look at
that
what happened during the pandemic, you know? It was insane.
And so a lot of stuff, we don't have a crystal ball. We can't necessarily look at it. But I did want to point out that, I know, Matt, you've been following the condo situation and condo sales. So we talked about 7.1 overall sales in 2024. Condo sales down 18%. And we're not even talking about coastal condos.
That's all condos.
That's condos in Orange, Osceola, Lake, and Seminole counties. Not talking about Brevard, Flagler,
I mean,
or Volusia.
the word's out about what's going on with that industry.
Yeah, it's scary to buy a condo right now. All right, Justin, thank you very much.
Got it.
Well, Trooper Steve got a message about this unusual sign below a stop sign. It says, right turn only during specified hours. But the viewer who raised the question said it's always ignored. So this is at the Winter Park Corners Shopping Center at the parking lot's Lakemont Avenue exit. Trooper Steve went on patrol to the parking lot to explain why the sign is there and what happens if you're caught breaking the rules.
This entire area backs up big time in the southbound lanes of Lakemont during the 7 to 9 a.m. hour. Right now, 10:07 in the morning, it looks pretty good, so there's no issues out here. I don't care if it's just a couple of minutes or if it's just at the start of it and there's no traffic. You are technically, by law, violating the traffic control device. And that is $164, 3 points on your driver's license here in Orange County, Winter Park area, if you do something like that. All right. Obviously, it's there for a reason. I can promise you at 8 o'clock in the morning, that place is probably bumper to bumper southbound.
You can hit the road with Trooper Steve on patrol weekday mornings at 8 on News 6 Plus streaming app or for your smart TV. Click Orlando.com as well. I don't know that I would notice that sign. I'm glad he said that.
What?
Only turn right during specified. I've never seen that before. See the stop sign. Well, there are a lot of back and forth over it, but there's a new head guy in Jacksonville. After the break, we'll take you to Duval as the Jags introduce their new head coach. Julie.
Look at this beautiful sunset. We are seeing a gorgeous Monday, 72 degrees right now in Daytona Beach, and the warming trend will continue. We'll tell you when we'll be close to 80 coming up.
And later, the final resting place for hundreds of people, bringing new life to an underwater community. You're watching News 6 at 5:30. Getting results. We'll be right back.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Good Greek Moving and Storage.
For the big News 6 Insight winner.
Oh my gosh, I've just started my own business, so this is also really going to help.
Don't miss Matt Austin on News 6.
All right, This is the kind of weather we have been waiting for. I know we're spoiled to a certain degree, but that's why we live here.
This is the Goldilocks zone.
No sunshine for 3 days, and we're ready to just call it quits.
That's it. I'm moving to Alaska. So, Julie,
Yes.
Tell us that this is going to continue for the foreseeable future.
It is. We have a great
Nice.
7-day.
Perfect.
Last week was so dreary, so cool. This week, we're going to be back close to 80 by Friday, and we're going to stay warmer than normal through the next several days. Now, I do want you to watch out for the potential of a little bit of patchy fog tomorrow morning, and we may even squeeze out an isolated shower or two for our northern counties for the drive tomorrow, but I think most of us will be dry for the extended outlook. We'll bring a few showers into the picture on Saturday, but again, warmer than normal, and we were warmer than normal today. We officially hit a high in Orlando of 74 degrees after a morning low of 50. Normals this time of year are 72 and 50, so finally back in that normal range. Look at this gorgeous shot. This is from our launch credit union camera in Port Canaveral. That is just absolutely stunning for us. Here's we're approaching sunset. 70 degrees right now. Our winds today have been light. They may pick up a little bit as we move through the next couple of days, but overall really just a great start to our work week. Now right now we're sitting at 68 in both Ocala and the Villages. You're at 64 in Wildwood, 70 right now in Cocoa Beach, 70 in Chuliota, and you are at 70 degrees as well for those of you in Mount Dora. Here's how it looks as we take you through your hour-by-hour forecast through the rest of the evening. This beautiful dog was pinned by Deborah Pierce. We're talking about 65 degrees at 7 o'clock, by 8 o'clock 62 degrees, and at 9 o'clock hanging out around 60 degrees. Head to clickorlando.com/pin so you can share your pet photos with us, and then we can share them with everyone else. Here's a look at your clouds and rain forecast as we move through your Monday evening and into the overnight hours. So here we are at 8 o'clock, most of us with clear skies, but we are watching a cold front to our north that will lose some of its energy, basically just kind of move through central Florida overnight into the first part of the day tomorrow, mostly as a wind shift, but it will bring some clouds to our northern counties by around 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. Again, looking at the potential of a little bit of patchy fog. Now, I want you to notice those green areas, this boundary really losing a lot of its energy by the time it gets here. It may squeeze out just a few sprinkles for our northern counties for the first part of the day tomorrow, but then by 11 o'clock, we see those clouds thinning nicely. Now, our chance of rain does go up just a little bit heading into the weekend. Here's a look at that for you. So this is Saturday morning at 4 o'clock, where we're talking about a front moving our way. Notice a lot of the rain begins to dissipate as it heads toward our area, but still, for the first part of the day on Saturday, we're talking about a 20% chance of showers. We'll be near 80 on Friday. Ahead of this was winds out of the southwest. Then we'll get this front to our south by the middle of the day on Saturday. We'll see some clouds lingering. We'll see our winds shifting out of the north, and that means we'll be just a few degrees cooler for Saturday and Sunday, but still warmer than normal. Now, here's your pinpoint accurate forecast.
Your forecast is sponsored by Publix.
Right in the normal range again tonight, 52 for your overnight low. Again, we're looking at that potential of just a little bit of fog tomorrow morning. Here's a look at what we could be seeing as far as visibility. Again, nothing extreme, but we could see reduced visibility. So go ahead and plan to give yourself a few extra minutes for that drive to work and school tomorrow. Always better to not be in a rush. Here's how it looks for you as we take you through the next 7 days, where we see that warming trend continue. Remember, the normal this time of year is 72. We will be above that every single day. 80 on Friday, a few showers Saturday morning, and then staying near 80 for Sunday and Monday.
I like that you also gave driving tips, Julie. Thank you.
Yeah, I did used to do traffic.
Okay,
so.
that's right. I forgot. Oh my gosh, she's done it all here.
With Julie Brown.
We don't need that.
Sports anchor Ryan Wells joins us now to talk some football. There's a new head coach in Jacksonville.
Yeah. Fans around here watched Liam Cohen when he was running the Buccaneers offense last season.
Yeah.
Now he's running the whole show in Jackson.
Cohen's had a lot of coaching experience the past 15 years, but guys, this is his first head coaching experience, and it's in the NFL. So, guys, Cohen left Tampa to go to Jacksonville. He had a bit of a messy departure from Tampa.
Oh, my gosh.
Coming up at 6, we'll have his reaction to how that all unfolded.
My friends in Tampa are like, not cool. Not cool at all, dude.
There's some folks in the control room not cool about this either. So
Still hot about
Yeah.
it.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thanks, Ryan.
Well, after the break, the good some people are signing up to do long after they're gone.
Coming up in the morning, another reason to take a trip. The vacations researchers say could possibly slow the signs of aging, and why some other trips could have the opposite result.
And your pinpoint weather and traffic every 10 minutes. We'll see you for News 6 mornings 5 to 7.
You're watching News 6 at 5:30. Getting results for you on a beautiful Monday. We'll be right back.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Freedom Health Medicare Advantage Plans.
Don't miss your favorite News 6 podcast, Florida 4th Estate, Riff on This, Florida Foodie, and Real Talk Real Solutions. Listen when you want on clickorlando.com or download News 6 Plus to your smart TV to start listening now. Sponsored by Lexus of Orlando.
Well, more than half of Americans say they are in the hunt for a new job for 2025, and some of the fastest growing opportunities may surprise you.
Yeah, an annual report by LinkedIn exploring jobs on the rise finds roles focused on artificial intelligence are among the fastest growing in the country. Travel and experiences positions, including travel advisor and event coordinator, also ranked high on the list. You think of travel agents as being a thing of the past, but
oh no, they're still a thing, yeah.
If you're looking to build some new skills, experts recommend volunteering, participating in a job rotation or mentoring program, and exploring your company's tuition reimbursement options is a very good. Sometimes you can get a free education doing something like that. Well, from ashes to ashes and dust to dust, some people are seeking to make the sea their final resting place.
Neptune Memorial Reef is the world's first underwater cemetery, and it's also soon going to be the largest man-made reef on the planet. Located 40 feet underneath, 3 miles off the coast of Miami Beach, the area was already designated as an artificial reef, but nothing had been done with it. So far, the remains of about 1,500 people have been placed in the reef, and there are thousands more who have reserved spots already.
So the community resource director sat down with us to talk about it for an episode of Florida's 4th Estate. You can catch the full episode and read more about the cemetery right now in this article on clickorlando.com. It's a fascinating thought if you don't want to take up real estate on land.
But then you can also do some good too, because it helps with the fish and
a little fish living there in your reef.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
So here's what we're working on for News 6 at 6 o'clock.
QR codes are convenient for you and me, and convenient for people to use to steal your information as well. We scanned for warning signs to look out for about these things.
And will immigration enforcement be making its way to classrooms? We're hearing how local school districts are responding. You're watching News 6. We're getting results on a beautiful Monday. Where has this weather been? We've been missing it, right? So meteorologist Jonathan Kegas will be up soon to tell us how long this gorgeousness will last.